Happy Wednesday, everyone. This is Emmanuel for History and Coffee with our On This Day series for April 3rd. Today we are talking about April 3rd, 1968, when Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his final public speech on the evening before his assassination at Bishop Charles Mason Temple in Memphis, Tennessee. A thunderstorm raged outside, and he was not feeling well. He asked his colleague, Reverend Ralph Abernathy, to fill in for him that evening. But attendees refused to accept the substitution, and Dr. King came and delivered. He also spoke directly about rumored threats to his life during this final speech, stating, quote, "And then I got to Memphis, and some began to say the threats or talk about the threats that were out. What would happen to me from some of our sick white brothers? Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead, but it really doesn't matter with me now because I've been to the mountaintop. And I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place, but I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will, and He's allowed me to go up to the mountain, and I've looked over, and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we, as a people, will get to the promised land." End quote. Earlier that day, King flew from Atlanta to Memphis and checked into the Lorraine Motel. He then learned that city authorities held an injunction prohibiting him from running any civil rights demonstrations for 10 days. This reportedly was related to concerns about a potential assassination. While King tried to not let the danger of his social situation imperil his activism and leadership, the scale of the threat had grown large enough that it was unavoidable. Perhaps when he gave that last speech, he was at a point in his life story where he gave every speech as if it was his last. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow for the next edition of our On This Day video series.